Hello, Star Wars fans. Welcome to another episode of the Starlight Podcast. Once again, we are a member short. Daddy Sheev is having some internet problems, unfortunately. And it's just going to be us two holding the crew down, holding the fort down. Of course, we've got Lord Dagovere. How we doing, fam?
Yo, it's so good to see you. Daddy Sheev, if you're out there, bro, I'm sorry the ISB got you, fam, but we're going to get you back, okay? We're coming back for you.
Luthen's coming, all right? Luthen's coming. We're going to save you. We got a fun little episode here today. We're going to be talking some Star Wars recent news as we usually do, and then we're going to get into a little bit of some fun debating territory, a little bit of sneak peek of a video that I made earlier this week with some top 5 Jedi. So let's get right into it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the Henry Gilroy stuff. No relation to Tony Gilroy, the creator of Andor. He was a writer on Rebels, Star Wars Rebels.
Yes. He's been working on Star Wars for a while. Star Wars in general, yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Do you want to go into it a little bit, just with kind of the current event aspect of it?
Yeah, I don't mind. I still have the post inside my Discord for my community in the Dark Temple. And basically, Tony Gilroy, sorry, wrong Gilroy. Henry Gilroy, right? Yes, I think that's the one.
Henry Gilroy.
Henry Gilroy was talking about how basically him and Dave Filoni had discussed and Storyboard had discussed the idea of Sabine becoming a Jedi in Star Wars Rebels, and they were just like, "This is not, this is not something that we should do. We think it's actually going to tread all over what Ezra in his story was what we were doing there, and also." They just felt like it was going to be overkill because she was already a Mandalorian warrior and a very good Mandalorian warrior. She has one of the best arcs in Star Wars Rebels. And then making her a Jedi seemed overkill. And he felt like he was very shocked when he saw this in Ahsoka. And it's interesting that he says this because I think a lot of people that saw Ahsoka probably had issues with Sabine and the choreography. I think those are probably the biggest issues with the show. Those are my biggest issues with the show. And I do think perhaps it's a little hard for people to digest about Sabine becoming a Jedi in one season. Yeah, I have my stuff that I've already said on my stream and on my other accounts, but I'm very curious to talk about this and engage with you, Connor. So how do you feel about, one, Sabine being a freaking Jedi Mandalorian and what Henry Gilroy is saying about this?
I agree with Henry Gilroy. I was personally very surprised that they were taking that route with Sabine because she is a fantastic character in her own right and her own arc. I don't think that she needs to be a Jedi. Not everybody needs to be a Jedi. Not every young person in Star Wars needs to be a Jedi. And it's a little bit weird because on like the scale of Force abilities, she's like starting to figure out how to use the Force. That's something that is to me like a little bit weird because she is starting so late within her Force journey. And it was like a little less believable for me. And it kind of took me out a little bit because I think that Sabine in Rebels is one of my favorite characters that we have in Star Wars. She's really, really good. And it almost, I don't know. I think it almost lessens her character that she's becoming a Jedi. It seems like it's a pivot to something that is not where I projected to. Because the cool thing, and Henry Gilroy says this in the interview, to wield a darksaber, you don't have to be like a Jedi or like a Force user. Like it intunes, like the darksaber itself tunes itself into the Force and like your feelings and your emotions, but it's not only the weapon of a Jedi.
Right.
So I think to me, it's a little bit like come on now. Like I get it. Ahsoka's a teacher. Like Sabine, I don't really know what they would do with Sabine if she wasn't a Jedi at this point in the show, but it's a little bit, it's an interesting choice to me. And I want to see what you think, because like you love Ahsoka. So I want to hear about this aspect and what you think of that.
Yeah. Ahsoka is my favorite series, and that's because Anakin's in it. But I think the show has so much flaws. I think the first 2 episodes are just redundant. We don't even need to really see it. It's really just there to catch the movie only fan base up with everything else that the animated fans already understand. But just to focus on Sabine becoming a Jedi, I don't have a problem with it. In fact, I like the result. My issue is how quickly it happened. I think that is the problem. And a lot of people don't like the idea that anybody can become a Jedi. I love the idea. And George also liked the idea too. But just because anybody can become a Jedi doesn't mean everybody is going to become a Jedi. And that, in my opinion, is the biggest problem. You know what's funny too? Ahsoka says it best in this show, where she's sitting with Sabine and she's like, yes, anybody can become a Jedi, but talent matters. Learning and dedication matters, and having a great mentor matters. And I'm just like, yeah. But I think it's really interesting how this was developed, and ultimately, the result is what it is. But I really thought this should have gone over 2 or 3 seasons at the very least, or even happened in the movie whenever that's supposed to happen. Heir to the Empire, that's still a thing. That's my biggest issue, man, because I love Sabine. I love Star Wars Rebels Sabine, because I think she's like the most interesting character in that show with the whole cast. I didn't really like Kanan until the very end. I'm kind of
You're an Ezra hater. You're an Ezra hater. We know you're an Ezra hater.
So yeah, man, I just think that and also that's the thing too, is like Ezra in Ahsoka is completely different than Ezra in Rebels. Of course he is. But yeah, man, I don't have a problem with what happened. I just have a problem the way it happened.
Yeah, that is valid, because Sabine's story is so good in Rebels. She builds she's a prodigy within the Empire. Builds a machine that destroys her people, and then has to face all of those consequences and fights to destroy what she created.
Right.
And I don't know what the best route would have been, like, outside of the Jedi stuff, but to me, it's just, I don't know. I feel like it's just another Jedi character that she's a better character than that. I think she is a better character than shoehorning her into, like, a Jedi now.
Yeah.
Because she has her own ideals. She grows up as a Mandalorian. Like, I don't know. We'll probably see more of that, and maybe I'll be wrong, and I'll like it a little bit more than I do, because it was done pretty quickly with what you're saying. But
it was, it was, and even something like throwing Ezra, onto the Star Destroyer, I think is also really hard to digest. And mind you, I don't mind it. I'm okay with it because I think Sabine is way more talented than Ezra. And I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's a fact, but it's not just being a stubborn ass Mandalorian that's picking up a weapon and swinging and shooting blasters. This is the Force. This is extremely complicated. Like it took Luke several years, even beyond Return of the Jedi, to become a very great Jedi that wasn't being buffed by plot and the conduit of the Force. So I think everybody should struggle in some form. But what I brought up on my stream was that I think a lot of people are also just like, they're kind of like not realizing how do I say this? How what is the word? She's a very strong character. She's a very strong character, and she's very adequate. Yes. Like, she is not someone that's pushover. And it's really sad. Like we're talking about, like, she has an entire history of suffering. Like, her story is suffering. She's practically killing her own people. She's got family drama as well, because the clans of the entire Mandalorian are in civil war. They're being absorbed basically by the Empire, and she's going to war with them. And she creates this weapon, that basically makes them combust and melt inside the Beskar. And that's just a portion of her story that we know from Star Wars Rebels. It's extremely tragic, and that's why I think Rebels Sabine is just much more fun character, a much more interesting character than Ahsoka, right? Ahsoka series Sabine. But the other thing too is like what happens off screen is the most important part of this character's character arc, and it's Ahsoka trying to train her and then abandoning her. And then it's also the Darksaber being given to Bo-Katan, and then the Mandalorians getting squashed by the Empire. And then she goes into depression because she can't find Ezra, who's also her basically like her potential lover. Mm-hmm. These are three things that the show barely even touches on, if not at all. Yeah. And I think that's a process that was that's what the first two episodes should have been about, in my opinion, to let you know, hey, this character Sabine is what we're going to be doing. She's going to have the biggest growth out of all these characters. Then I think it would have made more sense. But it just seems so watered down.
Yeah.
That he didn't do that.
Yeah. And you mentioned the whole thing about doing the force push. That to me, like, I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind that stuff. I think that to me, it's more about the decision to make her a Jedi and make her like force sensitive in that way. Like, that's totally fine. Like, if that's the route that she's going, like, of course she's gonna get buffs from the force. She's trying to save the person who is potentially her lover. Like, that's how the force works. The force is gonna help people who fall into it. I think I don't even know what route. I keep saying it. I don't know what route they would go outside of that, but I think I don't know. It is just a little bit confusing for me on that end, and I'm sure Henry Gilroy is looking at this and being like, like that's a character that you wrote, like you helped write, like was in all of your stuff, like. And you see it taking a different direction. And I'm wondering, as a creator, how that feels to see someone, not that he was like the creator of Sabine, but someone who you were very involved with, that character that you've grown with, get moved basically into something else.
Yeah, which is also a very important angle I think you bring up too, because I've heard from people that have worked on production and just the people that I've met in the very small production that I've worked, that Henry Gilroy challenges like people in the storyboard, and sometimes people don't like that, people don't like that in any industry. And I'm not saying it's this person or that person, but I think when someone's talking about it publicly that they thought this wasn't necessarily a good idea or the right direction for the character, it probably means that they had some things to say before this was even a story and before this is, even in Ahsoka. I think that Henry Gilroy is a very good writer. I think that's one of the reasons why Rebels is very good, especially the high highs. But there's definitely I think there's more stuff that I'm sure he wanted to say that he maybe didn't like. But I also feel like he wasn't really like shitting on like Ahsoka. I think it was more so. Yeah, I think it was more so like I wouldn't have done this, and I probably would not have. And if I did, I probably would not have executed in this way. But I didn't feel like he was like shitting on Dave Filoni like so many other people I've been talking about. Yeah,
that's not an uncommon thing anymore. To shit on Dave Filoni.
It seems so popular by both sides of the fandom. I think it's really weird. To be honest, I think it's obviously I got criticisms too for Dave, but Dave, if you're listening, man, I would love to talk to you, man, and talk about this stuff. But I think Dave has done more good for this franchise even today than, I don't know, people are just hating him the same way that they criticized George Lucas when Revenge of the Sith came out, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's honestly facts. Like it is frustrating to see someone who has contributed so much to Star Wars get shit on for probably only a couple of choices that someone didn't agree with for a couple of characters. Like that's not how this works. Like you got to look at the body of work and you got to look at all the things that you do like. Do you like the Clone Wars season 7? Do you like the Clone Wars in general? Do you like all of this new stuff that's being created? Do you like any of this new stuff basically that is being touched by Dave? So no, I agree completely. I'm curious to see how Ezra and Sabine interact in Ahsoka season 2. Like what that relationship is going to be like, because I mean it's a long time, and now she's also a Jedi. And what if Sabine starts to surpass Ezra in certain aspects? Like, is he going to become jealous.
But that's the other thing too. That shouldn't be surprising because
Right.
Ahsoka is the teacher and not Kanan. You know, and Kanan. Listen, Kanan is a great Jedi, but he's not someone that was taught by Anakin Skywalker. You know, and I also think it's really interesting too because there's a lot of people that are shitting on Sabine, but they don't realize like that's basically like Anakin's granddaughter. You know, I think that there's a lot of plans for Sabine. I hope there is. You know, but. I don't know. When I see Anakin Skywalker at the end of that looking over both of them, that makes me feel like he's watching over them. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
They're about to get that they're both about to get that visit.
They're getting that buff. And remember, she's the one that, which is also kind of crazy, she's the one that sensed the shadow before Ahsoka did. And that was him. So.
Also, shout out my boy Jason Syndulla. All right. Shout out my boy Jason. I need some character development. I need some Jedi powers from him coming up in season 2.
Jedi. Yeah. He's definitely turning to the dark side.
Settle down. Don't do him like that. Please don't do him like that.
No. I'm telling you right now, bro. Something's gonna happen to Hera or Ezra. I don't think anything's gonna happen to Ezra, but I think something's gonna happen to Hera, and he's gonna fall to the dark side, and Ezra's gonna blame himself. There's a reason why he's called Jason, and it's because Jason Solo, and he's gonna fall. He's gonna fall for certain, bro. I cannot wait for that to happen. I cannot wait.
He's gonna team up with Thrawn.
Oh no, I think he's actually gonna be I'm hoping he'll be a big bad later, and that's why Ahsoka is not in the Rise of Skywalker. You know,
she goes elsewhere. She goes elsewhere to stop him.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
settle down. That's actually a really good plot point.
Yeah,
I know. I can't have that sweet child turn to the dark side, bro. I can't have it.
Yeah, I said the same thing with Anakin.
Yeah. God damn it.
It's Star Wars, baby. Welcome. You thought you were getting hope. You're only getting tragedy.
You can't put these ideas in my head, bro.
Yeah. I think it would be a great thing to do. Listen, if she's not there because you weren't the big bad guy that was not with JJ and Rian Johnson in there making the rules, and they decided to put your character in there that you and George had created, voice only. I think it's important. Okay, why is she not here? Literally fighting the most freaking crazy Sith Lord in the entire timeline. Oh, it's because she's fighting another renegade Darksider. You know, in a whole other galaxy. Oh, okay, and she's also the conduit of the daughter now or something, you know, and Anakin's like, no, I'll handle this guy, you go handle that guy, you know.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do, man. But I should just stop talking because I'm not in the room where it happens.
We're gonna get you there. We're gonna get you in the room where it happens, bro. All right.
Yeah, man.
If it's the last thing that we do here on this podcast, Dagovere deserves to be in the room where it happens.
Let's go. That's amazing, man. By the way, I see your Funkos. I see the return. I see the Mandalorian season 2 finale. Luke Skywalker, and I see Vader in the back. I like that.
Vader in the back is my favorite Funko that I own.
Really?
Vader in the chamber, which we do see in wait, no, I don't know if you've gotten there yet in the book.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. We do see it.
Yeah.
Shout out Master
I love
of
that book. Yeah, Master of Evil. Thank you so much, Adam Christopher. You freaking legend. God, man. 2 already. 2 lightning in a bottle, man. I can only handle peak so much. You know.
Give us more.
Yeah, dude.
That's enough. That's enough. The Last Jedi mentioned.
Oh man.
All right. Perfect. So let's transition into what's going to be a little bit testy of a segment here. Previously, I had made a video, top 5 Jedi.
Really?
And it was posted. Actually, it was posted today, but when this podcast is releasing, it was posted yesterday. But it's gotten a little bit testy, a little bit. People are. It's fun. Yes. We'll call it that. We'll call it fun.
Yeah.
But I'll read you the list. All right. Now my list is it's always changing depending on the day.
Yeah. Tell me. You said 5, right?
5. Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me 5-1.
Yes. 5, Yoda.
Yoda is at 5?
Yes.
Oh, Connor.
Yoda's at 5. What, you'd have him higher?
Oh, let's just go. Let's just go, Connor.
Yoda's at 5.
Uh-huh.
Ray Skywalker at 4.
Okay.
Obi-Wan Kenobi at 3.
Okay.
Kanan Jarrus at 2. And Luke Skywalker at 1. Those are my top 5.
I gotta leave. I gotta go.
Don't do that.
I can't be here. Connor, what do you mean, Connor?
What do you mean?
Yoda is weaker than everybody else that you just said?
No. He's not weaker. This isn't power scaling. This is like.
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
No. This is
You're
not
talking about like
power
greatest Jedi in like all time.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. I can rest now.
Yes. No. I'm not power scaling. No, this is not
like,
my power scaling list.
Bro,
if we were power scaling list, it would be probably Anakin 1, Luke, or no, probably Luke 1, Anakin 2.
Yeah.
Like probably Yoda right there.
Interesting.
Mace Windu's probably up there if we're power scaling. Like, but this is just like top 5 Jedi. I left it pretty vague for discussion. And people definitely have been discussing, but
interesting.
Basically just like who are the best Jedi within like their ranks, basically.
Yeah, and best by meaning like what the all-encompassing definition of what a Jedi is.
Yeah, what a Jedi is, what they have done as Jedi.
So someone that kills children cannot be on this list.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Someone
as an Anakin Skywalker diehard fan, I don't know why that's such a problem for other Anakin Skywalker fans to accept. Guys, come on.
He killed a lot of people. And he destroyed the Jedi Order. So the only person that I'm lamenting that was not on that list is Ahsoka. I think Ahsoka should be somewhere up there as well. She's also sometimes not a Jedi. She sometimes is a Jedi.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your initial thoughts? What are your initial thoughts of that list?
I think Yoda is a better Jedi than Rey. Is a better representation of Rey, only because I just don't think Rey's really had an opportunity to be around something and do something outside of kill the bad guy.
Right.
So I can't really put her above Yoda, who has spent 900 years of doing good deeds and teaching younglings, and which is like one of the biggest embodiments of what a master is of a Jedi, right? Yeah. And I think that's an important part of that legacy. So I don't think it's fair not only to put her on this list, but also to pretend like she has done these things yet. She's only had 3 movies, and that's not a lot because there was a lot of stuff crammed back in these movies. So I probably would put her as 5, but I probably wouldn't put her on that list because I just think there are other Jedi that have done more things in terms of being a Jedi.
Right. Yeah.
About power. Yeah. And that's probably why. Anan, you have at what? 2? 1?
2. I have him at 2. Luke Skywalker's 1. Luke Skywalker's always going to be 1.
Yeah. I just think Luke. Yeah, whatever. Like Luke, in my opinion, is what I had hoped Anakin would become.
Yeah. And I always say that I think Anakin would have been number 1 of everything if he did not turn to the dark side. I think he would have been, if we're power scaling or whatever we want to call that, like he would have been the most powerful thing of all time.
Yeah.
But he nerfed himself. So Obi-Wan nerfed him. And
pour one out for our boys,
Yeah.
Damn it.
But yeah, no, I have Kanan very high, maybe a little bit overrated on my list, just because I think the way that he interprets the Jedi code and actually in practices it is second to probably only Luke Skywalker, where he sacrifices himself for the greater good. The Force rewards him by giving back his sight, which is something we had never seen the Force do in ever, basically. It's something that is so unique to his relationship with the Force and the Jedi Order. And the way that he carries out his relationships with the Ghost Crew and Hera specifically, I always point to, is something that a lot of other Jedi did not have the capacity to do.
Yeah.
It would have led a lot of Jedi down a path where, similar to Anakin, where, you know, kind of leads to that dark side mentality and a path that is not good for the Jedi. But he's able to balance all of those relationships, and I just love him sacrificing himself, and then he's like the spirit of like the Loth Wolf, that he kind of lives beyond in that way. So to me, I love Rebels specifically, and he is my favorite character in Rebels.
Yeah. I've definitely got a lot more respect for him over time, because I think a lot of people don't take into account like the Jedi are gone, you know, mm-hmm. And for him, even he's probably done some bad stuff in his life. Of course he did. He was freaking always trying to survive. So who knows what type of jobs he had to do. But I think who he is and who he becomes is way more important than anything he ever did before, you know, and I think that's, I think that's what it is. You know, it's not who you are. I love this Dark Knight or the Batman Begins quote. It says, "It's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you." You know, and I love that. Then I think Kanan embodies that, and I think Kanan is a very good Jedi. I think he's everything Qui-Gon was going to be. You know, but I would probably put Qui-Gon and Kanan in the same realm.
Okay, I like that. Yeah.
I like that. Because Qui-Gon was in the heart of the Order when it was becoming extremely political, and I love what he did in that time. So it's hard for me to overlook both of those Jedi for what they did in those certain times. But Yoda to me is below them, because you know we saw what Yoda was doing essentially at that time. We don't really know what he was doing in his prime, you know, but he's a Grandmaster for a reason, you know, and there's just a lot, but still, because I just think Yoda, even in the original trilogy, has a lot of flaws too, because he still has that dogmatic view of the Jedi. Kenobi is probably someone that's top 4, just the way he is, and looking over Anakin, looking over Luke. And I just think that is also a pretty good one, but I don't think Kenobi is a better representation of what a Jedi should be over Luke and Kanan and Qui-Gon.
Right. I think Obi-Wan is the most loyal Jedi that we see.
Yes.
He's loyal to the Order. He's loyal to the Force itself. He trusts in the Force and in Yoda so much that he stays on that planet for 19 years.
Yeah.
And lives a shit life for all that time, just for the greater good of the galaxy. And he himself has sacrificed so much throughout his life. So much darkness has tried to attack him. Everybody he's cared about is dead or has turned to the dark side. And he still stays loyal to the light side of the Force and the Jedi Order and what he believes is right, which is what a Jedi should do and believe in their path on the light side, which is why I have him so high in my ranking, because of what he could have become but didn't. I would also, this might be a hot talk, I would probably put Ahsoka and also in that realm. I would put Ahsoka over Obi-Wan Kenobi, honestly. I wish I didn't do a top 5 list. A tier list is what I think should be.
I think that's better. Man, you know, I wonder if, I feel like we should have done that for the pod and just had like a whole thing where we could have recorded it and put characters in there. But maybe that's something that we could do later down the road. But I think because this is the dark times, right, in the original trilogy, and like the whole freaking galaxy is filled in the scale of the dark side. So it's hard for a Jedi to even breathe, because if they tap into the Force too much, Sidious is going to sense them. And Ahsoka is going out there like some freaking vigilante superhero Jedi Sentinel that you've heard so much about in Legends lore, just doing good deeds and being the shadow, and I think that's all. And this is like, in my opinion, outside of Obi-Wan Kenobi, this is like Anakin's daughter, like the secret apprentice of the chosen one, and just running around and doing things. And a lot of people are like, well, in Rebel, she's like, I am no Jedi. Yeah, she's lying, bro. I've always felt like she's lying. In fact, I think that she's way more of a Jedi than anybody in the Order. Even before her, more so than Kenobi, more so than Mace, than Yoda. Like, she is literally like standing up while everybody else is hiding, and doing these things. Like, she is a true representation of light in a dark galaxy. And then, of course, even in The Mandalorian, where she has great episodes, and then in Ahsoka, where she ascends into Ahsoka the White, I just feel like before then, what she was doing, I think people kind of sleep on, and they don't really realize like how much Ahsoka was helping.
Yeah, I put her. That sentiment is the same for Cal Kestis as well. Cal Kestis is a baller when no one else is. There's no one else that is trying to fight the Empire as directly as Cal Kestis and Ahsoka. Because, I mean, Yoda and Obi-Wan are they're in the long run. They're so like bird's eye view of what they think should happen that they're letting all of these people suffer underneath them. And Cal Kestis and Ahsoka are in the trenches trying to help people as much as they can, while Obi-Wan's sitting on this planet doing nothing.
Okay, I will challenge you and say that Jedi Fallen Order Cal is a better Jedi than Jedi Survivor Cal.
Yeah, he kind of goes off the rails.
Yeah, I can't call him as much as a good Jedi,
right?
Because of what happens in Survivor.
Yeah,
but I think Fallen Order is like, that's my boy. That's the guy I'd expect, but. Of course, he's going to fall to the dark side. Not everyone's porous. It's just very hard. I feel like in that time just to be, all light and all decent. And what Cal witnesses and everything else that goes on, that's a lot of weight. And I don't think not everyone can be Ahsoka or Obi-Wan. People are going to fall and make mistakes. And
Cal's young. Cal is young when Order 66 happens, so that's different than Ahsoka.
Baby.
Cal is like 8. He looks like he's 8 years old. He looks like he's 10, and he's trying to survive and scrap, and I think he's gonna have a lot more of unchecked resentment towards anything that embodies the Empire, as opposed to Ahsoka, who is more mature and who understands what actually happened. Because Cal does not understand what the hell is going on. All of his friends just betrayed him, and he's just a kid. So. It's a little bit different of a situation with him and Ahsoka, but I do put them. Fallen Order, like you said, Fallen Order Cal is in that boots on the ground. We're gonna try to do something, whereas Yoda is alive for 900 years, so this is just a blip in his time where he's like, oh, we can wait 20 years to have this kid maybe do something.
Dude, absolutely. I don't think a lot of people understand how amazing that decision was for Cal to destroy the holocron at the end of that game. He's like, oh my God, there's so many. We can do this. We can recruit. And he says no. And I instantly felt like that was a better decision than majority of the entirety of the Jedi Order.
Yeah, because it's not their decision to make. It's not the Order's decision. It's not the bureaucracy of the Jedi Order to be like, we're entitled to teach these kids the Force because we are what's good in the world. Like, Cal is like, no, it's not my decision to make, to force these kids into a fight that they have no idea even exists right now.
Yeah, man. That game was fantastic, man.
Yeah.
I love that game. I love that character. Yeah, he's a great Jedi. He's not a great Jedi.
Not a great Jedi.
Not a great Jedi, man.
I want to see what Quinlan Voss is up to during this time. We have not gotten stories about Quinlan because but
he's there, which is so interesting. That's so weird.
He's like the advisor of the Path. I don't know what the hell he's doing with the Path, but he's involved.
Yeah, that's such a weird thing. I feel like I actually, God, I completely forgot because I usually want to forget those episodes. But man, but when he said Master, what did he say? He said, no, he said Quinlan. That's what he said.
Quinlan was here.
Yeah. Quinlan was here. And I just think that's so interesting because, dude, like movie only people are not going to know who the hell that is unless they're like watch the Phantom Menace and understand that he's in there for like the first for like 3 seconds.
He wasn't able to talk to Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan because he was on a secret mission. Like I don't know. Sure.
Dude. No one's gonna know. It's so funny. I have that GIF too explaining like, oh yeah, there he is for like 3 seconds when Jar Jar is getting choked out by Sebulba. And but yeah, that's so interesting, man, that he's still running around doing these things in current canon.
He should be with Ventress. Now he should be with Ventress. What the hell? Like they should be off.
Yeah, but Ventress can't do that. That's the price.
You're right.
Which is also
I hate that. Actually, I hate that. What are we talking about here?
Well, it's not the Force, or it is, but it isn't. It's the I-Corps and the Night Sisters. So they got different things, and they got different gods and different realms. So that's what I also love too. I think that's a very interesting part. I mean, I can even say that what the Acolyte was saying about was it the strings or whatever? The thread. I didn't have a problem with that interpretation because they are all religions and they're all wrong. All of them,
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I don't know why people got so upset about that. I mean, there are problems in the Acolyte, but like I just didn't think that's not
one of them. I love when we get new Force ideologies and aspects of the Force, and there's societies and people that use the Force differently. Like the Force allows it to be manipulated differently because of their practices.
Yeah,
like that to me was so cool. And they have the magic that they possessed Kelnaka. They're able to possess like no Jedi could do that. Like so that to me, I really do enjoy that aspect of the Acolyte. But yeah, I don't know what the hell Quinlan Vos is up to. What was his name in Dark Disciple when he turns to the dark side? What's his
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Is it like in Force or like something Enigma or something? Admiral Enigma, is that what it is?
What the? I don't remember that. Quinlan Vos dark side name?
Yo, if I made this
no way. Admiral Enigma.
Admiral Enigma, brother.
That is so silly. Wow. And this is when he was serving Count Dooku?
Yep.
Admiral Enigma sounds like a gamer tag. Yes. I just got killed by Admiral Enigma on Call of Duty lobbies.
I really did love that book. I thought it was really cool to see. But Admiral Enigma is kind of a crazy pull for Dooku.
That's so weird, dude.
Dooku's probably like, ooh, what should I call him? He said Admiral Enigma. Admiral Enigma. He's like, come here, Admiral Enigma. Like, what are we doing, bro?
I think it's funny, though, too, because Dooku is also a count. So he's probably thinking of these different titles and roles that no one's ever heard of. Like, what are you doing, bro? Go back to sleep,
That's his bit. No one ever calls him Darth Tyrannus. He's always like,
I know. Yeah, dude.
Dooku.
I think that's also funny, too, because he probably thinks Tyrannus is like an amazing name. And then no one uses it, It's just like, call me Tyrannus, and no one's like, no, you're Count. Okay. It's so funny. Oh, my God, dude.
Does he even have a first name?
Oh, my God. That's such a great question. Oh, my God.
I think Dooku doesn't have a first name. He's just Count Dooku.
Oh my God, I'm so stumped. You know how much shit I know in Star Wars, and I actually don't know that?
Let's go. Chat clip that.
Yeah, because I just remember him as Dooku of Sereno.
Maybe that's his name.
Therefore, his full name is Dooku Sereno. I don't know about that. That sounds like some ChatGPT shit. Sorry, we don't like ChatGPT in this pod. Sorry, guys. Not sorry. Yeah, I don't know. No, I always remember him as like Dooku. Yeah, Dooku of Sereno. That's all. That's what I.
Someone on Reddit said his first name ought to be Archibald.
Archibald.
He said
so crazy.
It fits him. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, dude. I think but I think it's also funny too because he's played so many. Well, Christopher Lee has played so many different characters, and Frankenstein, and also Dracula, and so he's a count in this.
And he's a fencer, like he fenced in real life.
He fences, dude. No, he's crazy. Yeah, no, he's insane, man. I miss that guy so much. I love that guy, dude.
Yeah.
God, man. Oh, dude. Yeah. But I think that's pretty solid for Jedi. I mean, I honestly, dude, I would not put any of the High Republic Jedi in there. I would probably put maybe Stellan at the most.
Yeah, they're but even nerfed. And this is something I was thinking about earlier in the podcast. Like Yoda's prime, like was he fighting mailmen? Like what's going on here? Like what the hell was going on in Yoda's prime?
Your power, yeah. I was just talking about good Jedi overall.
Yeah. But I'm just like it just popped in my head like Yoda's prime, like what was going on?
I don't know, but I wouldn't want to find out.
Yeah.
Like that's actually scary, bro. It's just like he's just going around in like in a pond and he's literally, hey, I'm literally one of the best, if not the best grandmaster that's ever been produced in the order.
Yeah.
But we're just pirates. Too bad.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
We're just pirates.
And Yoda was just like hanging around with the younglings during the High Republic. Like
in the High Republic. That's right. And he's practically in retirement at this point. He's about to be done. You know, he's got a couple 100 years and then that's it. You know,
couple 100 years and it's over.
It's over, dude.
Little does he know. LeBron James is rising within the ranks right now in the Galactic Senate and is about to bring the worst day of his life to fruition.
I know. Oh my, yeah. It's literally Michael Jordan right now is Michael Jordan is training LeBron James right now, and you basically have a roster full of people that were just drafted in high school. So good luck.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Yoda was so close to retirement, bro. He had to be. He's like, oh yeah, like get through this Senate election. Palpatine will be, you know, whatever. He'll lose his powers, and I'll just go happily into retirement. This guy's getting a little too powerful here as the chancellor. Like, we'll just like boot him out, and I'm good. And then,
then a war starts. And then you have this freaking problem child that you have to go around, and it's just like, oh my god,
like who's this Gungan that's asking for emergency powers right now? What are we talking about here?
Deal with this. I should not.
But in my 2 weeks, I did.
Oh my gosh, too old I am for this. So fuck this, dude. I'm done.
Yeah, bro.
Oh man, I feel so bad for Yoda at times, but at the same time, I don't know, man. It's just the Jedi really did have it coming with everything that was going on. It's so frustrating, man. Oh gosh,
I agree.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens in Ahsoka season 2 and to see where these characters are going, because I personally believe whether or not we're going to see Heir to the Empire in theaters is really going to, I guess it's all going to be on the success of Ahsoka season 2.
Yeah.
So I hope it does well. I'm excited for it. It's going to be more Thrawn.
It'll be good.
Which is funny. Did you see that? What's that damn movie that just came out? Frankenstein movie.
No, I've seen clips from it. Yeah, Jacob Elordi.
Yeah. Thrawn is in it.
Oh, what's it? Lars
Thrawn
Mikkelsen?
Yeah, Thrawn is in it. Yeah. I think it's a terrible movie.
So is Poe's in there.
Yeah. I think it's a terrible movie. I think it's really bad.
You didn't like it?
Yeah. No, dude, everybody was hyping this movie up, and I was so, bro, Thrawn is in there, and our boy Poe is in there, and I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be great. It is not. I don't think it's a good movie. I will say that Frankenstein's part of his story, I think, is amazing and is the whole movie. But man, those first hour and a half is just
was it tough?
Jesus, man. Yeah, I was having trouble. I had to pause it, come back another day, and then watch the rest. Yeah. Yeah, dude. A lot of people like it though, but I don't know. Don't listen to me, bro. I'm just a guy, bro, that's wearing a Padme shirt. So
I'm excited for the new Hunger Games movie.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I think that franchise is trash.
Oh my god. I could have a whole podcast on that. Did you read the book? Did you read the books?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm a book guy.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, I wasn't into that shit, dude. I'm a Star Wars boy for life, man. I'm not.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
I wanted to. Dude. Oh, dude. I could talk about Invincible. I could talk about Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I could talk about.
Oh, really?
Games.
Stranger Things.
I love Stranger Things.
What about Lord of the Rings? You read books? You ain't read Lord of the Rings? What the hell's wrong with you?
No. So I actually haven't read any. I've seen all the movies of Lord of the Rings, but I haven't read the Lord of the Rings. But I've read The Hobbit like 5 times. I absolutely love that book.
Yeah, the Hobbit hole.
Yeah, but I haven't read the trilogy. I probably will. I have. I got a new version of The Hobbit with one of my gift cards for Barnes and Noble that I got for my birthday like last year.
Nice.
I need to lock it in, but I also need to finish Master of Evil.
Master of Evil. Yeah, I know. I'm doing that right now, and we'll get there. But yeah, usually around November, that's like my Lord of the Rings time. If Star Wars didn't exist, Lord of the Rings all day.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. I just I don't think it's bad. I think it's very, very good. I'm not a people porn person. Like I think at least the shows are very like penis and tits and guts, and I'm just like, man, I want story, and I don't need all this other stuff, man. So, but I do like Game of Thrones. I enjoy a lot of the characters, and I hope this dude finishes this goddamn book so I can read.
Dude, yeah. That's how I feel kind of about like a rated R Vader movie. I think it's like the most unnecessary thing that people ask for in Star Wars.
Yeah, but we don't need like I said, like people porn and gore and stuff like that. It can be suspense. It can be, psychological horror, which I think, what are we getting right now in Master of Evil?
Yeah.
And
that doesn't have to be rated R. Like people see
exactly.
People if it's not rated R, it's like, no, dude. Did you watch Kenobi? Like he was dragging people through. He was snapping people's necks and then dragging them through the town square. Like I don't know how much more like evil you want to happen. He was like dragging Obi-Wan through a fire. Like
just read the Vader comics and read the Dark Lord trilogy and read Master of Evil, because Jesus Christ.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
man.
Anything else that we want to hit here?
No, man. I'm pretty good today. I got my, I don't know if you saw, I got my Chewbacca in the bag for Life Day. I was dressed up in my Life Day shit on stream the other day.
Yeah,
that
was a fire fit, bro. I'm gonna be honest. You were fitted up.
I try, man. I sometimes I don't look good in the mirror, but at least I got the drip.
Hell yeah. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Perfect. Well, I think that's probably a good spot to wrap it up. Daddy Sheev, we miss you again.
Yeah, man.
We miss the sound of your voice. We miss the sound of your laughs. We miss your
internet.
We miss your shitty internet. But no, if you've been listening this far in the podcast, we appreciate it. Dagovere, where can they find you?
Always at Lord Dagovere, anywhere you can find on social media. But when you need me the most, I am inside the temple on Droman Kaas, baby. Visited by Mara Jade, Luke Skywalker, Kyle Katarn, and so many of the Force sensitives like yourselves. Connor, take us away, baby.
Ready up. We appreciate y'all for listening. Follow me on at Jedi Connor on everything, and follow us at the Starlight Pod. And listen, we're trying to grow a community here. Dagovere's doing a great job with his stream. We're always looking for more more sane Star Wars fans is what we'll call it. But we're trying to build this community, and if you're listening, you are a part of that community. So we appreciate it, fam. Dagovere, we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, man. I'll be here.
Hell yeah.